Hey, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing znation versus The Walking Dead. Personally, I say znation is way better, and here's why. We're going to start with The Walking Dead in a minute. Hey, so personally, I actually like The Walking Dead comics. I'm a big fan of the comics. Some of my favorite volumes, Something to Fear, No Turning Back, and Made to Suffer. Of course, spoilers. There's a lot of good moments in the comic books. The reason why I don't like the show is because, I don't know. Oh, here's a spinoff. Here's another spinoff. We're gonna kill off Rick, not actually kill him off for the movies. And I just apparently heard a freaking rumor that they're not even doing the Rick movie. So it's like, what the hell? Like, I hate how like it was advertised how Rick was gonna be last episode, meaning death. And how the hell do you survive a rusty rebar through you? You're bleeding out. They dragged his death. He explodes a bridge. He goes flying away. Or maybe he falls but it doesn't make sense. Like the explosion, but then he falls. Like shouldn't it be? Doesn't make sense. How did he not bleed out? Like, it's everyone's favorite character, but come on, holding a magnum with one hand shooting it would probably break your freaking wrist. I'm not a gun expert, but like a magnum, that's a two-handled gun. That's a two-handed holding gun, man. Like two-handheld. Anyways, I'm not a gun expert, but I know you can't go around with a one-hand shotgun. Come on. And I hate how some things Robert Kirkman decided to do about The Walking Dead, different than the comics, with the character Carol, is that he tried to give her a better story by letting her survive and not kill herself after being in love with Tyrese from the comics. And but the thing is, she goes from I can kill, I can't kill, I can kill, I can't kill, I gotta get away from the group, I'll come back. I hate her character, I really do. I can't stand her. And Rick abandoned her, said you're not welcome to the group anymore because she killed a sick person because there was a sick disease, and that disease never comes back. Why did the disease how's that disease automatically gone? Automatically gone. It never comes back, that plague or whatever. What? Especially in a zombie apocalypse, how a disease would spread more with the dead and no vaccines and there's no scientific research and all that. How does that spread more? Rick abandons Carol, and then the governor comes up and he says hey, give me your shit. Pretty much. And he has freaking Herschel, a doctor, at machete point. Not machete point, at sword point, sorry. And Rick is being a Ricktatorship, a Ricktator, saying we have a council, so it's just a classic Rick moment where he's trying to he doesn't understand the situation, I guess. Just a classic Rick moment. And here we go. Rick begs the governor to let's move in together. But wait, let's go a couple more episodes again. I told you Carol was abandoned, but yet you're gonna let this guy, your enemy, come in, and you can see the governor getting mad with Herschel, and he's and then again, Rick has to give another speech. Again, this is like way back in season 4, but like it really bugs me how like people don't realize how freaking stupid of a bad freaking leader Rick is. And then the governor snaps and kills Herschel, a doctor, a person you really need in the zombie apocalypse, and he gets killed. Because why? Because Rick could not suck up his pride and just leave. Nope. Let's talk about another character I don't like, Andrea. My God, it seems like everyone hates her because like she couldn't pick a side with the governor or Rick. Like she was going in between, and then Rick, when she shows up back, like he's like, "Well, you're not one of us," and it's like, okay. Oh, and you know a huge thing that pisses me off? Okay. In season 1, Rick says there's one rule. Like his golden rule was, we don't kill the living. We don't kill people. What? You killed like hundreds of fucking people over the series, Rick. My God. And it's just so repetitive. Like it's basically Rick. Oh, people come. Got to move to a place. Oh, we kill off the leader. Bad people come. We kill them. Find another place. We kill off the leader. Bad people come. We kill them. Like, it's just so repetitive. Like, I understand, like, that's what they're trying to go for. But, like, my God. It's so repetitive. And let's be honest. Carl should have died. Way long time ago. Like, way a long time ago. Like, they do this thing where they fake out deaths. Like, okay, Carl gets shot in the stomach in the comics and in the book. And in the TV show. And he gets shot for the eye in the comics. And for the show. But, like, come on. It's so coincidence that the bullet, like, goes like that and not like that. Like, inside his skull. Like, come on. So stupid. And, like, they killed off Carl, which I actually applaud that because, like, they didn't pussy out. I like when shows are able to, like, kill off their main protagonist. Like, I love that. But, like, they kill him off, introduce another character. Well, like, the character was already introduced, but, like, they made him look like the new Carl, and then they kill him off, and the reason why they said they killed him off is because, like, well, we never intended him to be the new Carl. But yeah, you make him look like the new Carl, being Lydia's freaking love interest, which he's kind of like the love interest of Lydia in the freaking comics. So it's like, yeah, actually no, you did set him up to be the new Carl, so no. Again, like, there's so much moments, like, the show is good, but, like, there's a lot of moments that I just hate. And, like, everyone hated the fact that Negan kills Glenn, but it's like, it happens in the freaking comics. It happens in the comics. If you give me a second, I could probably find it. Like, there's a lot of moments where it does copy the show. I mean, the comics, but, like, it's so, like, redundant. Like, it's just so stupid. Like, the comics are just so much better. And, yeah, see, like, he gets his head bashed in. So we were warned, and I even told, like, some people, like, hey, by the way, you know Glenn's gonna die this episode? And people were like, no. And then he dies, and then, like, I was watching with, like, some people, and, like, they actually, like, walked out of the room, and I'm like, oh, why? I told you, I warned you, why are you mad? Like, I hated it. So stupid how people are so sensitive. Like, oh. And, I hate how, like, they canceled the comics, and they said, like, we're done with the like, Robert Kirkman did, like, I'm so sorry. Like, he did, like, a whole, like, freaking monologue at the end of the last, like, comic, saying, like, why he needed to end the comic. But then he brings it back up by making another Negan storyline. It's like, well, okay, are you canceling or are you not canceling? Like, well, which one is it? And how they canceled the comic books, it's so freaking redundant. Like, I hated it. Like, we kill off Rick, and then we do it for the last, like, actual comic. We do a 15-year jump. It's like, what about the Like, there was never another antagonist within that 15 years? Like, everything is peachy? Peachy? Oh my god, I hated it. And now I hear they're trying to make a Carol and Daryl spinoff. It's like, no, that should have been done like a long time ago. And Rick's a terrible leader. Like, he is. Like, I seen Merle go out of his way, and he got killed by the governor trying to kill the governor. I seen Michonne going on horseback trying to find the governor, trying to kill him. She would have died because she didn't have a gun and that freaking sword. She would have died instantly. But, like, I don't see ever Rick going out of his way to not kill someone. Like, alone. Like, ugh. And let's talk about how stupid, like, Carl is as a character. Like, he always walks away. Like, he always, like, he's a serial killer. Remember the episode in, I think it was, like, actually in season 3, where some kid, like, I would guess he would, like, be, like, 15, 16. Carl was, like, what, 14, 13 at the time? And he's like, okay, I give up. And he's giving the gun, and then Carl just shoots him. It's like, no, I don't accept that. Like, you're a serial killer. No, I don't accept you anymore. Like, no, too bad. Like, you're an awful person. Rick failed as a father. Lori failed as a mother. Like, oh my god, Lori, let's talk about her, how fucking stupid she is. Whoo! So, like, she has an affair with Rick's best friend, Shane, gets mad at Shane for being attached, says, okay, I'm taking Carl away from you. Shane says, like, no, go away, Carl. And then she gets mad for Shane, like, for Shane doing that, but it's like, okay, bitch, which one do you want? Which one do you want? And Shane actually teaches Carl how to shoot guns, and, like, he was actually good for Carl. Like, he wasn't the best character, but, like, that's one thing, like, I wish they changed from the comics, is, like, make Shane live a little longer. Like, maybe up to, like, the governor, like, kill him in season 3. Like, his death was so, like, he's not a main character, like, he's not even as big as he is in the comics, as he is in the show, but still, like, I feel like he was such a good character because, like, he was actually rated the #1 main best antagonist villain in The Walking Dead. Like, he was actually that good, like, people actually really liked him. And, that's the thing, though, like, with the show, I'll give the show this because, like, they make their villains better than the comics, like, especially the governor. I hate this asshole right here in the comics. He rapes Michonne, and I hated that. I hated that. But, you know, shit will happen like that in like, a zombie apocalypse, like, where there's no rules and whatnot. Like, it would happen. So, sadly. And, he freaking cuts off, like, Rick's hand. Like, he's a freaking vicious asshole in the comics. In the show, I actually like him a little bit better. Like, a little bit more better. Like, there's a scene where you think he's actually gonna rape, what's her name? Maggie. But, like, he just makes her take off her clothes and, like, makes it very awkward, I guess you could say. Yeah, like, and even then, like, I really hated that scene. I was like, oh, come on. Like, you're trying to make him look better in the show, but yet you make him do this. Like, I hated that scene. I hated that scene. It was really uncomfortable to watch. And then, yeah, I actually really liked Merle's character, too, and they kill him off. Like, there's a lot of characters I like, and then they kill him off. And like even Ezekiel, like how much like I actually, even though I know it was coming, I hated how his tiger died. Like Ezekiel gets like sad and all that, but it's like, bro, you brought your tiger to war. You get sad and mad that your tiger died. Like, this is animal cruelty, you dick. You made your tiger get killed. Like, I'd rather see Ezekiel get freaking mauled by zombies, not the freaking poor tiger. It was a sad moment. A sad, sad moment. And like, I hate how like they even changed some things about Dwight, like making him younger for the show. Because like in the comics books, he's actually like 40. Yeah. Should we talk about the spin-offs? Okay, let's talk about the newest one. Beyond, I think it's called Beyond the Fear of the Walking Dead or Beyond the Walking Dead, something like that. And it's just like a group of kids. Like, so this is like Disney Plus, no, Disney Channel plus like zombies involved. Like, I don't want to see that. And let's talk about the other spin-off. It's not even relatable at all. Like, it's actually a prequel, and then it's like a midquel. Like, it goes to mid, and then it goes to present Walking Dead. Like, it's so stupid. Like, I hated it. I hated that. And they kill off almost all the main characters from that show. So it's like, oh, okay. So you're doing something new at least, but still, I hated it. I hate that show. I hate it. It's so stupid. Because, like, they make it actually, like, connected to The Walking Dead because Morgan is in it and Dwight's in it. And they actually kill off Morgan. If you're gonna kill off Morgan, why don't you put him back in The Walking Dead and kill him off? Like, I really doubt that a Walking Dead character is gonna find a zombified Morgan. Like, I hate it. Like, if your show, I don't know what to say anymore. Like, how do I make sense of this? Okay, so like your character who's in the main series leaves to go to the spin-off, comes back for the main series. When the Negan saga is done, he goes to the spin-off and dies. What? Again, another thing about Rick. Again, I'm talking smack a lot about the season like 3-4 series, but like saga, but like wow. How is he not still a schizophrenic? Like, that was never in the freaking comics that he was a schizophrenic, seeing his a dead Lori with a white robe and like an angelic like vibe, I guess, energy. Like, how is that not, like, how do you become, without taking pills, without taking counseling, without like therapy, how do you become, like, I understand that he becomes schizophrenic because of all the trauma, but how do you like lose a mental illness without anything? And there's more traumatic things that's happening. And then, like, how? And guess what? This asshole's still the freaking leader. People are still making him the leader when he's schizophrenic. It's like, oh my god, Herschel, just fucking beat him up. Or like punch him out, get Tyrese to punch him out, put him in the fucking cage. Like, let's make him let's talk to him, give him therapy. You're a doctor, you should know a little bit about psychology, maybe. I don't know. Well, actually, he's a vet, I think. He was a horse doctor, if I remember correctly. Like, he wasn't actually a full-blown, like, doctor. Yeah, if I remember correctly. I'm not, again, so it's been a long time I haven't seen like season 2, but like I'm pretty sure he wasn't like a surgeon, like, you know. And there's just like little moments in The Walking Dead. It's like, okay, what the fuck? Should I stop talking about The Walking Dead and go to ZNation now? Because like, this is actually frustrating me. Like, there's a lot of freaking moments in this freaking show where it's like, what, no one's gonna say anything? Oh, actually, talking about no one saying anything, there's actually one character that actually says something. Spencer. Yeah, Spencer's. The guy who is supposed to be the heir to Alexandria. Yeah, his mom gets killed. Actually, I blame Eric for that. He showed up. All the zombies showed up. Yeah, the Grimes family is like a virus. He shows up. Mom dies. Stepdad dies. Or dad dies. Which one? I think it was a stepdad. Stepdad dies because a lunatic surgeon. And he actually says to like Gabriel, the priest, Rick showed up and everyone was dying. And then how did Gabriel react? Not by giving him sympathy or anything like that. You know what? What you say is not a blasphemer. What you say, I think he says like something like this. What you say is not blasphemy, but it does make you like a douchebag or a jackass. And it's like, no, actually, no, he's right. Rick showed up, the zombie showed up. Like, everything was peachy until freaking Rick showed up. Like, maybe they would have had problems with the wolves. Yes. Okay? Their community was a little bit defenseless. Yes. But you know what? That doesn't give you the right to, like, pretty much go around destroying people's lives, Rick. Just because you think, hey, there's shelter, there's wall. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. You're a dick. Like, the difference between, like, the reason why I'm complaining about this, like, a lot of people would do that. It's a zombie apocalypse. Like, and then again, like, I'm not making an excuse for, like, bad behavior. But, like, he's supposed to be the hero of the story. I want to see the hero do hero things. I don't want to see the hero doing bad things. I want to see the main antagonist doing bad things. Like, even then, like, I'm Team Negan, okay? I know Negan is not the best character, like, when he was a villain. But here's the thing. When Negan actually was, like, the leader of the Saviors, at least Negan said, like, this. I don't want war. Give me half of your shit. One person has to die. And, yeah, your leader gets to survive. What about Rick? Sure, I don't like that, like, the one person gets to die. I don't like that at all. But, like, talk in the world of The Walking Dead evil characters, that's lesser evil, if you really think about it. Like, Rick shows up, a bunch of people die. He becomes the leader. Like, honestly, like, if I had to pick who I'd want to follow, I'd actually pick one. You thought I was going to say Negan, eh? Yeah, I was going to pick none. Because, like, those, like, I don't know if I would want to, like, live with Negan's saviors, or, like, even Rick's, like, if I had to pick, like, if I had the option to be, like, I'd probably be like, maybe I'll go, like, live in a house by myself or whatever, and try to make my own community. That's not, like, yeah. And talking about community, let's talk about Oceanside. Freaking God. Yeah, so the traumatic events that happen in Oceanside, like all the kids, like all the men were killed, even the boys, by Simon. Again, has nothing to do with Negan at all, but like the second in command, yeah, that was like, ooh. And then even Negan, like, confronts, like, Simon says, like, you know what? It takes a lot of me pushing my anger down to let you be in, like, the second in command. He says something like that. But anyways, like, after all that traumatic stuff, Rick insists Rick's group insists that they fight with him against Negan. It's like, can you just leave them alone? Honestly. You can't just leave them fuck alone? And even then, like, it took fucking 2 seasons and a couple episodes for Negan's villain saga. Like, holy shit, man. Like, wow, holy fuck. Was it ever long? And some of it, like, after the first episode of season 7, which was, like, Glenn's death, the views, like, I actually heard people, like, quit, actually, after that. I heard people quit because, like, they're babies because Glenn died, and then I heard they quit because, like, the show actually was shit. And they blame that on Negan's character, and it's like, no. It's just that they dragged it out, everything. Like, that saga could have been in 1 season and maybe a couple episodes. Like, and that's the thing. Season 7 and season 6 finale, like the season 6 finale and season 7 pilot, or like first episode, should have been a 2-hour like special. Like, rather at the end of season 6 or the beginning of season 7. Like, you pick. Honestly, I would say, like, end of season 6. Like, the excuse was like, well, we don't know. Like, it was a cliffhanger, which they always do. I hate that. Like, and I hate it. I hate their stupid little cliffhangers. It's so stupid because it brings me in to the next, like, why do you always have to have a cliffhanger? Anyways, like, it should have been the reason why they did it, like, they didn't, like, actually, like, set out who dies, was because, like, they didn't know at the time who's gonna get killed. It's like, no, you knew exactly. Like, you picked Glenn in the freaking in well, actually it was Abraham, and then Negan kills Glenn like he does, kind of like in the books. So you kind of, like, Abraham dies, and you picked him to be the one who gets picked. Yeah, I think you do know what you were doing. Yeah, which was funny because, like, I always said, like, at the time, I always said, like, it was gonna be Michonne or Abraham. God, was I wrong about the Michonne thing. Like, wow. It went this way, and I was thinking that way. But wow, like, was I ever wrong? And remember, like, there's so much, like, bottled episodes, like, you know, like, episodes that are just, like, ugh. Like, the episode where freaking Rick and the governor are talking in the shed about negotiating. Oh my god, that's such you know, it's a standout episode because it's so boring. Like, honestly, on top of my head, not, like, the episodes that does stand out for me is this, in order: the shed episode, Glenn's death episode of season 7, pretty much it. Oh, actually, well, shit, it's not in order, but, like, the governor, when he, like, breaks the prison, like, destroys the prison. Those are the 3 episodes that stands out for me the most. 3 episodes. And one of them, out of 3, is the most fucking boring thing ever. And you know what? It tries to be so much, the dialogue, they try so hard to compete and unintentionally with Game of Thrones. Like, Game of Thrones has such a good freaking dialogue, like, it's like golden. Like, especially the first season. Wow, such, like, you can tell they did a lot of effort. And Walking Dead, not as much. Except when, like, Negan talks, like, you're just like, you're such an asshole, but I love you. Yeah. So yeah, that's why The Walking Dead shit. moving on. Yeah, so let's talk about znation now. I love this show. Like, I was rewatching it, and that's what's one of the reasons why I started this video, actually, because how much I can appreciate this story. Again, spoilers. Even just in the first season, like, they actually kill off the false main protagonist in the first episode, like, and then a couple seasons down, a couple episodes down, they kill off what it looks like to be the Rick, the main protagonist of the show. Like, it doesn't really pussy out in that sense, because even then, Addie Carver's love interest, Max, even get like killed. So like, they don't really, they don't pussy out in that sense. They don't do mistakes. They just keep going and keep going. Unlike The Walking Dead, this show is about survivalism, which, that's the whole point of the zombie apocalypse, is survivalism. And they actually there's this character, Murphy, who is infected and is pretty much the cure, the solution to the zombie apocalypse, and they're trying to get him to Washington. I think it was Washington, at least, because I'm pretty sure The Walking Dead at one point tried to do that with Eugene, because he says he knows the cure and he wants to bring. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But anyways, continuing. But unlike this Walking Dead, this show actually has a story. Survivalism and trying to find the cure. And there's little stories like in between episodes. There's antagonists throughout every season. Yeah, I said that. Antagonists. Throughout seasons. Like, it's not like, okay, here's a story arc, here's the main villain, no more villains within this story arc. It's like, what? Like, yes, there's main antagonists, but like, there's also main antagonists throughout like every little season. Like, a season can have multiple antagonists in this show, which I find really interesting, because like the first season, there's a couple of antagonists, like the cannibal like family, the religious group, like there's a couple of guys, and like if you just watch the first 3 episodes. It's a 30 minutes long. Watch it like a movie, just try it out. But I will warn you, like, it's from Sci-Fi originally, so like the Sci-Fi network, and it doesn't have the best like Hollywood acting, but like that's what the gimmick about this show is. Like, it's freaking hilarious. Like, of course, there's actually like real sad moments, like how some characters die. Like, some characters will actually react sad. There's actually trauma. Like Addie has trauma throughout, like, even just the first few episodes. Like, she has trauma from her past, and like it really shows like how severe it is. Like, they actually show flashbacks, and she's just like I'm not a great actor, so like I don't know how like to make an impression of Addie's trauma, like how she reacts, but she's like, yeah, like it does show serious moments. But are you gonna tell me that Addie Carver or anyone from znation, like 10K the dog, Addie Carver, like, so much good characters, so much memorable characters, because they're all like a little bit wacky, but they're awesome at the same time. Like, you just love these characters. And like, The Walking Dead has like bland characters, like the princess, Negan. Like, how much eccentric characters is there in The Walking Dead? Like, maybe Ezekiel, but at the beginning, not now. His tiger is gone. He's still the king, but like, he's kind of like whatever now. Like, he's not eccentric. He's not like a favorable character anymore. Yeah, like, name me one character that's better than Addie. Name me one character that's better than Doc. Name me one character that's better than Ken K in The Walking Dead. You can't. I mean, I guess you can say, like, Negan is, like, almost, like, the same level as Addie. The thing I give Addie down points is how, like, she kind of abandoned Mac. And then he kind of, like, died for her and whatnot, like, and he was really caring, and she goes, like, join this, like, woman tribe, for a bit, and he's, like, all depressed. Like, I give her a lot of down points, but she does revive herself. She comes back. She comes back as a good character. But there's a lot of moments just like, oh, wow, just, I did not enjoy. But then again, she does revive herself, like, so yeah, other than Negan, who's better? Okay, so we have Negan and Addie covered. Okay, name me a character better than 10K or the Doc. I'm waiting. None? Exactly. But you'll probably, like, comment or whatever, but, like, honestly, I don't believe it. Like, the characters from znation are way more memorable. And if you say Rick, it's like, okay, come on. Rick's just, like, an angry freaking... He's a douchebag. He's a douchebag. Like... There's a lot of, like, there is good moments. Like, I know I'm bashing Rick a lot, but there is good moments of Rick, like... shit, I can't remember on top of my head, but there is actually good moments. Like, there are some things, like, I 100% agree with what Rick did, but overall, I don't like the character at all. Like, there's a lot of things that's, like, I'm like, I would do that opposite, oh, I'd do that opposite. And I do agree with what he did, but the way he did it, I don't agree. Like, there's a lot of moments like that, which I don't like. znation has, like, returning gags a lot, like how there's a bell that falls down and, like, crushes a bunch of zombies. There's a returning gag that, and then a couple, like, seasons later, like, there's a cheese there's a giant cheese wheel that's just going down the road crushing a bunch of zombies. Like, like, what? Like, I like that Fallout game funniness. Like, it's real, like, there's a lot of things in the game Fallout that are just, like, hilariously dumb that is in znation. That's why, like, I call it the Fallout funniness, I guess. Like, it's just goofy and, like, what? Like, you can't believe your eyes, even though like, you're seeing it and you're like, what the hell? Like, there's even this goofy group about, like, and again, this is, like, in a zombie apocalypse, right? Like, there's no rules, and then there's this group that actually shares a stick, and it says, like, if you want to talk, you have to have the stick. Like, it's like a therapy group. This is a zombie apocalypse. It's hilarious. So there's a lot of feel-good moments in the znation show. Although, like, it went to Netflix and it got canceled, or Sci-Fi canceled it, and then I don't know, but, like, they made it like a spin-off called Black Summer, and, like, I didn't watch it yet, but, like, it's pretty serious, and, like, it's like, okay, like, I'm not a big fan of spin-off on TV shows, and even in movies. Like, it depends how you do it, but that's probably a show I will watch. Like, they don't overdo it. Like, there's just Black Summer and znation, and I'm kind of, like, surprised, like, with the end, like, season 5 of znation, how, like, Addie Carver's not even in it as much, because she did this movie called Welcome to Willits, which is, like, a alien movie. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why she's not in it a lot, because, like, she's not in it, and then that movie gets released, so I get put two together, so I'm pretty sure that's the reason. And, but her character is fucking awesome, man. She's hot. But yeah, like, znation is just a great show because like it has a lot of favorable moments. Like just in the first season, again, there's a moment where Doc is getting high in an event because he's stuck with a zombie. He's like, and then the zombie gets high. It's like, no, like a dead thing cannot get high, but it's just funny. It's just hilarious. Like, I love the Doc, and there's just these two tradesmen. They just go around, and there's even like an election episode where they're like, well, when we bring back the nation from the apocalypse, we'll need a president. And then the two tradesman guys are like head to toe together on who wants to be president. Like, I think that's like a parody or like making fun of the elections. But like, it's just funny. It's like, oh, what? Okay. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of moments where I really love znation, like as a whole. Like, it's just an amazing show in my opinion. Like, if you can get away from the fact that the acting is like from sci-fi, like it's not like degrading itself like Disney Channel acting, but like Disney Channel acting in like sci-fi, like it's here. But that's the whole point of this show. Like, it's that level of acting, you know? Like, it's just trying to parody itself, kind of. Like, it's just funny. Like, it's a show, it's a funny show. Like, it's not like a piss-off show where it's like, you don't get mad at the show, basically. In The Walking Dead, like, it's a heated show. Like, whether you're Team Negan or Rick, like, that was a big thing. Like, when it was on, like, season 7 to 8. That was a big thing. But, yeah, like, this show doesn't make you mad. Like, this, like of course, like, you have your character deaths, and that makes you mad, but it's not like, oh, why are you not doing this? Why are you not doing... Like, it's not like that with The Walking Dead. Like, you're frustrated at an actual character, like, for not doing it. Because, like, even in the znation, like, I hate how, like, it has running zombies, because I hate that, but, like, I wish there would be, like, one zombie franchise that would say, like, okay, like, when you're infected at the beginning, like, you'll have the running zombies, but as time grows, like, the body decays, and then it doesn't, like, run. The zombie doesn't run because it's decaying or whatever. Like, I wish there was, like, that type of zombies in a zombie franchise, but whatever. Like, in the show, in znation, there's actually, like, different types of zombies. And there's at one point, like, Murphy, like, he's actually immune to, like, zombies themselves. Like, at one, like, in the season 1, like, religious group saga, I guess you would say, like, episode, like, he puts his like, fingers in, like, the zombie's mouth, like, and the zombie doesn't, like, bite him down, or, like, zombies will run at him and then, like, go around and, like, run at another character because they think he's part of a zombie. And he's able to control zombies. His immunity, his, like, power is kind of interesting, like, over the time. But he gets more blue and more zombie-like as time goes on, I guess, because, like, he is a living zombie. Like, it's kind of interesting. It's really interesting because, like, it reminds me of a little bit of The Last of Us, how, like, Ellie is actually immune to infections. But, like, there's a theory where she actually isn't. But she is. She's actually immune. But anyways, so yeah, like, but in Ellie's case, like, zombies will actually still attack her. Like, they won't, like, sniff her out or whatever because they don't have eyes, and they just, like, ignore her. Like, they don't actually ignore her. They actually, like, still go after her even though she's, like, immune. So it's actually really interesting, like, Murphy's character, like, how he's able to do things. And, like, in the later season, he actually kind of becomes an antagonist. But, like, he's not a good character, but he's also not a bad character. He has a lot of, like, favorable moments, like, just him alone. Like, every character in znation has a lot of like good, funny, compassionate moments that just don't stand out by themselves. Like it's just like character development overload. With and that's only 5 seasons, and The Walking Dead, I find it takes like too much. Like it's of course it's more realistic and like there's more traumatic of like when something happens to a character, like there's more trauma involved and it's more realistic in that sense. But nonetheless, like it's still like it takes way too long for a character to like to get really likable or like dislikable and likable again. Like when a character becomes dislikable in The Walking Dead, usually that character stays dislikable. I find it really hard for a character to become likable again, like especially in the case of Carol. Like no offense, Carol fans, but like she goes on like kill or not kill, kill or not kill. Like her motives, goals in life aren't the best. I would say like it's just not the best like character development for her. But yeah, like there's a I feel like I'm shitting only on The Walking Dead, but like this is versus. This is like a versus review thing. Like I personally think Z-Nation is better. That's just my opinion. Is it the best show? No. Is it the best zombie show? Yeah, I would actually say that. It is the best zombie show. I said show. TV show. Not movie. Best zombie movie, actually. That's another thing, but I would say like Return of the Living Dead. Because those zombies were actually different. But anyways, I'm not going to get into that right now. Although I should probably do that for Halloween. But anyways, no, I'm getting sidetracked. Too much things in my mind right now. So like yeah, Z-Nation is very memorable. There's a lot of good feel-good moments in that show. Like it's, I would give it a try. Like watch the first 3 episodes. They're 30 minutes long. Watch the first 3. Or you know what? If you wanna, if you're that angry at me for bashing The Walking Dead, just watch the first Z-Nation episode. See how you really feel. Because it's a really good show. It's really, really good. And, yeah, like, I don't like to give ratings, like, whatever out of 10 on a TV show, because, like, that's a little bit weird. I only do that with movies. But I will say, like, Z-Nation is far more better than The Walking Dead, because, like, they just announced, like, how they want to do a Carol and, like, Daryl spinoff, and it's, like, not really angered me, because it's like, if you wanted to do that, do it a long time ago. If you wanted to do that, do it a long time ago. Like, I feel like they should have even done like a Daryl and Merle spinoff when like they kind of left for a bit, but then again, in that same episode, they return to Rick's group. So it's like, that could have been an awesome show, like Rick and Merle. Like, as much as you didn't like Survival Instinct, I actually like that game. I know it plays, like, it was released in 2012, 2013-ish, I would say. But, like, it was a really memorable game for me because, like, although you hated the combat and graphics, I don't care about graphics. I really don't. Like, Super Mario 3 is still one of the best games ever for me. I liked it. I really did. I like the side characters, like Annie. How she explains how like she gave Daryl's like red bandana. I know it's like a little thing, but like still explains that. Whatever happened to that red bandana, anyways? Like, it's just like I felt like sad when Daryl lost Merle's bike and after the prison thing about episode in the season 4. I was like, oh, I like that bike. It was a cool looking bike, like. But anyways, like, yeah, so I would say Z-Nation is, I'd say unfortunately, but, like, no, actually, not unfortunately, because it is just better than The Walking Dead. Like, overall, like, the story, the characters. If we're talking about, like, acting, then yeah, The Walking Dead. If we're talking about the budget, well, that's not fair because, like, the budget is way better in AMC than Sci-Fi. And yeah, so yeah. Also, did you know znation is actually part of the Sharknado movie? No, Sharknado. Sharktopus. The Sharktopus? Yeah, because like the main chick, I forgot her name. The sergeant, or like the main protagonist, leader of znation. What's her name? Break. Not because I want her name, I can't remember her name. Great. Is actually is in that Sharktopus movie. It's just like how Gravity Falls and Rick and Morty are pretty much related. But anyways, yeah. Please share, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. And thanks for watching. Just because my opinion is different than yours doesn't mean I hate your opinion. You can like The Walking Dead more than znation if you want. I don't care. Anyways, see you next time.